Matthew, we like to rate and rank things, so where's that opening sit with you in terms of everything Adelaide's done in your time? That opening half.
Yeah, we were hungry, weren't we? We brought pressure, and I'd say that's where we've been most of the year. And then the scoreboard ticked over. I thought we were really efficient with the ball. So when we had our opportunities, which was the difference in that first half, to come in 9 goals up and every single other stat didn't sit in that space. It was quite even. But our efficiency with the ball really sort of stood us out, as well as the pressure we were putting on. So you're putting pressure on the opposition, so their efficiency drops off. Thought we intercepted the ball really well right throughout the first half. Some of that off of some of their efficiency or lack thereof, but also some of our defenders doing some great work. But yeah, we to come in that position at half time, it set us up really for the day.
Which did you do better? The way you kept the scoreboard ticking, or the way you wouldn't let them get on the scoreboard, the way you set up defensively?
Well, we probably put one in a lot more important space than the other, and that's stopping our opposition. We've done a lot of work around what we want to be as a footy club, and what we value, and that's one of our I guess sits right up the top. So to come in and keep an opposition team, and a very good one at that, to the score they had at the half was a really good sign of where we're at mentally. It's what we came in trying to do.
Can you imagine that sort of start in all your playing during?
I dream about it a lot, but the reality is it's not easy to do, and a lot of things have to go your way, and they did in the first half. But you get what you deserve. If you bring, we sort of train that a lot. That's what we work on. We work to have that result at half time, and then be able to do different things in the second half without risking it. We'd seen the game Gold Coast played a week prior, where they were probably in the flip position, where they had just an outstanding first half against Collingwood, and then Collingwood were able to come back. So having that too in our players' minds, they'd seen that game. It kept our guys on edge and in the position we needed from a mental point of view. I think in the second half today we might have got up by 6 points. So that in itself is a great result too, because as much as you think it's just going to continue to tick over, we knew how close that first half was statistically.
Damien just sat there and was very complimentary of what you've built. How complete's the jigsaw at the moment?
Oh, there's still a lot to work on, and we've spoken through that. I don't know if it ever becomes complete. I think the challenge is continually rolling. I think when we haven't been anywhere near there yet, but you see some of the clubs that have sustained success, like a Geelong, there's no doubt they're continuing to improve every year. So I don't think you finish the jigsaw. I think it's always going to be a work on, but at the moment, where our players sit and their confidence in themselves and their belief in what it is we have built and what we continue to build is really strong.
Is that the next challenge, handling the high ball, or do you embrace it, or how do you
No.
win the running finals, I guess?
I think there's always hype. Every week we play in front of 50,000 here, 40-odd thousand. So the hype and the pressure's always there. That's South Australian footy. That's not our challenge. Has been to stay focused on what gets us results. So the process. And we've mentioned it probably post every game. I've spoken about it. Last year we learned a few lessons in around that, and our intentions were right. We wanted to build something, and we wanted to look at what it was we were trying to do. And we've learnt from that we're much better when we just lock in on the now, play every moment as it comes. And so our guys did that tonight, right up to half time. Sat there at half time, went back to scoreboard 0-0, and away we go again. And now they'll sit there and enjoy themselves for a short period of time, and we do 2 6-day breaks now.
But the point of that question is there's a human element to this, that from the outside the players will be in conversations that they haven't heard. Some of them have never heard. Some of them have heard for 7 years. It does have an influence above the shoulder. So where is this group mature-wise to be able to deal with what's coming?
Yeah, I can't answer that at the moment, Rooch, because we haven't been, as you mentioned, a lot of us haven't been in that position. And so that will be the challenge when it comes, and it's probably beginning to come now. There's a lot of noise around, but as I mentioned, there's always been a lot of noise, and our guys they've done a great job to ignore it. There are two types of noise. There's a negative noise and there's a really positive noise. So can we deal with the positive noise? It's a challenge that I can't answer whether we're going to be able to do that, but we'll be having a crack at it.
The other noise we heard a lot today was your crowds made Andrew public enemy number one. Do you enjoy that, the rivalry that's building there and the way fans have come into it as well now?
Yeah, if it's done the right way. I think if it's done the right way, and I can't answer that whether it was today. I sit in the soundproof booth, unfortunately, so I miss it all. But I think there's a part to our game that there's passion, and there's, you know, he's a very, very good player, and he's so young, and he was up against our young, developing, you know, very good forward. So what a great matchup. I mentioned in the pre-game in the building. We don't want to shy away from that. We want those big contests. That'll be one that hopefully goes on for years and years, and the two of them go at it in the right way. I thought our guys did a great job in that space today.
How did you see that matchup? Give us a
I thought it was a great matchup. Well, it's an interesting one without going there. We got a few guys. We had one under the weather. Riley was probably right up to the first warm up. We weren't sure if Riley'd get up. He'd been up all night, very ill. So he did a great job in the end. You know, considering the energy that he normally brings, I would say he was a little off that. But to put his hand up and say, "Hey, I'm good to go," at that last minute, and then play the role he did, I would say most people say it was a pretty good battle. I think they both had their moments, but Riley did exactly what we needed him to do on the game.
On the flip side to some of the previous questions, can it be beneficial for the group to have not had those scars from finals experiences or the bulk of the group having that and having some players that haven't actually experienced finals?
Yeah, it'll all depend on where our focus goes. It's really what it'll come down to. Are we able to remain focused on what the team needs as individuals? As Rich has mentioned, that, you know, the accolades, the noise, the positive. You know, do we want to sit back and listen to that and lose our way and go away from team? That'll be the challenge for us, because we've done everything we've done to this point has been for the team. We've learnt from, you know, really experienced players, Alex Neil-Bullen coming into our side and sitting down, you know, in a room and allowing Alex just to talk to us about his experiences. You know, Isaac coming across and what experiences he's had. You know, Taylor will get up at points and talk about how long it's been between drinks for him from a finals footy point of view, and just talk about, you know, the challenges that come with that. So we've got some guys there that are bringing some great experience, but we won't know until we really get down to that point. And at the moment, there's still a massive fight for finals footy. The competition's that close. There's still 9 teams fighting for 8.
Alex is pretty incredible tonight. I felt like that play on the far side where he does the scores and
Yeah.
gets the tackle almost sums it up.
Yeah, and that's the bonus on top, is he's a pretty damn good footballer as well. So he's brought, yeah, you can't measure what it is he's added to our group. As much on field as off field, you know, it's hard to say what he's brought more of. But tonight I thought he's a standout for us as far as guys that impacted the game.
Just on Taylor as well, what do you make of his goal in the first quarter up at the southern end?
Was it a checkie?
Yeah,
That was the one?
Yeah.
I wanted him to centre it. We have a chuckle to ourselves as I'm saying, centre it, and then he kicks the goal. And I know I'm always, when you're the coach, you want to push team, but there's a certain amount of individual brilliance you need at times, and it was a pretty good goal, wasn't it?
How far can you go?
Oh, who knows? We've just talked through the challenges we have. We'll lock in. We got a showdown in 6 days now, so that's straight where our focus goes. And we won't even talk about it. It's a really interesting space because we've done so well in that. Inside the 4 walls, Murray Davis has come in, incredible experience with a really top performing team in Brizzy, and he brings that in, and so he's able to sit back and give us advice here and there on how we go about our weeks, but he's done a great job helping us just stay in the moment, something that I'm sure he learned across the journey as well.
You've worked the other side of the road, between West Lakes and Alvin. Do you sense next week their tone is to just throw everything at you, that they want to wreck everything that you're about now? Is that what you've shown us? We're at two extremes, so they bring the extreme, and you have to be ready for it.
That's showdown, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's every showdown every year. There's 2 a year, and I don't think it's ever different. I think, you know, and it's been shown with the results. It's just such an even battle. It doesn't matter where you sit, what position you're in at that point, whether your form's coming in strong or not. It's showdowns. There's something different about them. That's the passion of footy that we love.
Do you treat it any differently considering the position you're in now?
Oh.
How's Butsy?
Butsy's going well. So he's back in town. So he had 6 nights in hospital and drove back yesterday or maybe day before. He's recovering well, but he'll miss a fair bit of footy.
Is there a sense time on it?
No, I'd be guessing, but we're talking probably a month minimum or more. Yep.
And
Hingy we're not sure on yet, but yeah, quite a solid bruise, and in around those hips. It's in around the hip, so we've just got to be careful with that. We won't know until probably the next 48 hours just to see how he pulls up.
Well, we've got, I think.
Thanks, guys.